this is on, again, printed on sticker paper, and it's the Silhouette printable sticker paper. This is essentially what I'm going to show you guys how to make. And this is the sticker paper. And I don't spray it. I've seen people seal it. I haven't sealed this, and I use this kind of a lot. And so I'll show you what I do to actually cut this, so I can, because you can make stuff and customize it to your liking. So this is going to be the front. This is going to be the back. This is going to be my insert. And this is going to go inside to cover up the chipboard. So with chipboard, you guys can buy that anywhere. Matter of fact, I save these. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to save it because I might want to make some books later. Because I have children and they always have activities. So I save stuff because they might like it later down the line. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is at least remove the back part. I'm just going to take this off. There's staples in there, and that's fine. I'm just wanting to remove this. And I'm going to set that to the side because I'm going to save it for later. Because just like instead of buying chipboard, you can actually just reuse the stuff you have. But don't get me wrong. I go to an art store and I'll buy a huge sheet of chipboard, or I can buy some from Amazon. It doesn't matter. Next, I need a metal ruler right here. And I'm cutting on an actual cutting mat. So I have cutting mats everywhere. Because I used to make different models. I used to do drafting. Don't really do any of that anymore. So now I use it for all my crafting stuff. So let me just set all of that kind of to the side. Well, let me grab this for reference. So I'm going to have my sheets of paper. I'm going to flip it this way. So it's going to flip this way. And I'm going to just take a pencil and kind of mark. I think I'm going to cut it like right here. Looks like fine. So I'm going to use that line to cut it. So let me show you guys what I'm going to do. Take my metal, and then I know this is the Cricut. I actually like it. I have a whole bunch of X-Acto blades. This one's nice. The only thing that kind of upset me was I have to use their replacement blades, and I was like, really? Because I have about 100 of the other X-Acto blades, and so I had to buy theirs because I guess they had it set up for a reason. But whatever, they got me hooked, so I actually do like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down on the metal ruler to make sure it doesn't move. Again, you have to have a cutting mat. Then you're going to score it. You're just going to keep scoring it until it cuts all the way through. And I don't know how many passes. It'll take a few passes, maybe more. And they're kind of cutting away as I'm scoring, and until I can hear that all of them. There's one more sheet. It's probably a little dull too. It's time for that replacement. And then I put it to the side, and so I have my sheets, and it cuts it just fine. Cut it just, you know, good enough. Put my metal ruler away, and I have rulers everywhere. And that was just to make, like, for my insert. So now I can start showing you with the sticker paper. So what I do with this, I'm going to lay it flat. And it's basically going to go like this. I'm going to use the sticker paper, and I think I'll go in with the sides and kind of wrap it like a present. So now I'm going to peel it off now that I kind of positioned it. Peel it off, and it's sticky already, so you don't have to worry about any other adhesive. Then I'll use my nails to kind of keep it there. And then what I do is I kind of eyeball it. I mean, you have this grid right here, and I just want to make sure that I can wrap it. That's all I'm really doing. I made sure I printed it a little bit larger so it can wrap. You do want it to be even. Okay. So I eyeballed it. I think it's okay. Let me see there. I moved it just a little bit. Okay. And then you press it. and then kind of just start pressing it over and pressing it over. I was going to try to do like the little corner edges, but I don't know. I think this will be fine. And I'm pressing it over. Doesn't have to be completely perfect because I'm going to go over it again. Then you could take your little scraper. Then I could be, with the other ones, I was able to fold it and go in, but I don't think I'm going to do that with this one. I might be able to. Yeah, I'll fold it. Then I'm just pressing it down. Then I'm doing like the little triangle. Let me see. There we go. And so that's what it's gonna look like. And then I'm gonna bind in my baby. So that's one side. Now this is all looking all funny. So now we need to clean it up. So it can go right over it. So you can't even see my beautiful creation. So on this side, I use my Scotch glider. This was, so when I first started crafting, all I did was paper crafts. I was like, I'm not doing anything with vinyl. I'm not doing any of that. And this was like my go-to tool. Now I like rarely use it. So now I'm just going to go the perimeter, and then I typically do maybe like one line in the middle. So I just press and I go. And it's like the coolest. It is cool if you do any type of paper crafting. Okay, so now I just want to take this and kind of go over, make sure it's lined up nicely. And again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. There we go. Press it down and around. And I like how it has like just a hint. And then she's going to love it. I'm going to give it to her later. And so that's one side. The orientation, I just want to make sure that I can get it nice. Just press it over. And I'm going to do the sides first, like I did before. And then I'll just do, there we go. Then I'll do the little, like, triangle fold. The triangle fold. Let me get that to lay down a little bit better. And then I just fold over and press. Okay, so then let me just kind of line it up so you guys can see what it would look like. Make sure I cut it good. And what I did, I used my paper trimmer to cut it. This fancy tool, I do like it. And they have different adhesives. They have like a permanent one. That's the one I use. The repositional one, I'm like, it don't really stick with my experience. But I'm gonna go across. All right, and just again, this is the sticker paper. It's a silhouette sticker paper, and I've used it before, and it seems to work pretty decent. So let me see. Before I actually press it down. Again, I'm eyeballing it. There we go. That looks good, right? I think it's good enough. It's for baby girl. And then I'm just pressing it down. And so that's going to be the back. All right, so let's make the next one. Then I got my fillings in here. So I'm going to use the 1/2 inch again because this chipboard is thick. So you guys can see. I just kind of, when I do this, I mean, there is a method, but I just kind of line this up, or I would measure this on my line to see, okay, how thick is it? I'll use the mat or a ruler. So let's see. So again, the layering, you have your filling. Your filling is going to go first when you do your cinching, and then it's going to have your cover, and then it's going to have, it's like you're kissing. The back cover is like kissing the front cover. So when I do this, I'm just going to kind of line it up where I want this to go. I want it to be, you have to make sure this paper is all the way up against. And you see how it's kind of slanted? No, it has to be perfect. Otherwise, it's going to be crooked. So I'm going to pull, I pulled 10, the peg 10. And I'm pushing it. This seems like it might not be all the way. Let me try that again. Yeah, you want to make sure again. And the reason why I say that is because if it doesn't, it will come out crooked. And just for the sake of here, I'm just going to break that down. And don't be afraid to split it, because it's going to do to make you feel more comfortable. I know that made me feel more comfortable. So again, pull the 10. Now I'm going to cinch it down. And then like I was telling you earlier, I kind of hold it in place, but leave it flat. Because it will kind of, the handle will get you. But again, I don't want it to move. And it's kind of thick. I'm glad I did break it down like that. Okay. And now as far as where I want to do the chipboard, so I'm good. It's at 1 and now it's at 9. Then I could pull my 10 and now I don't have to worry about it. It's pressed up against the side. It's thick. Everything moves. There we go. This looks good. And now for the back, I am going to do the same. I don't have to do all that lining up because I already did it on the first one. So now all I have to do is push it up, down, and there we go. And so our layering system, our filling, our top, and our kisses. Okay, let me move that right here. Sorry, got off camera a little bit. So this is our layer. So let's turn it around, add the coils. And this part we might have to pull out our needle nose clippers right here, which is fine because it's going to be longer. I could do that now or I could do that after. I typically put it on here first and then I will snip it off. So I have it here. Let's put our fillings in. And then our top cover. Yeah, it's kind of running it away. I'll snip it right now because it's going to get in the way. So what I'm going to do is I just take, I know this is what we're going to use. I'm going to snip it right here. So I'm going to take, these come with, this one came with mine. So I'm going to just take it in there and then press it. There we go. Come on, cut. There. And it cut. Now it doesn't have to get in the way. Okay. There we go. And now we're going to do our kisses. We're going to take it up. See? And then we're going to make sure, let me push that in so the next time I use it, it doesn't act up. There we go with our C. Needs to be facing the machine. And it needs to go all the way. Let me show again. It needs to go all the way. And this one I should be able to get with just one. I don't have to move it like I did the other ones. But I do want it to be all the way up against it. And I did a 1/2 inch. So again, I'm going to leave it in between there because it cinches it for me just a little bit better. I feel more comfortable. You press down. And there we go.